Do you wake up 2 or 3 times a night just to use the bathroom? That constant interruption isn't just ruining your sleep, it's your prostate trying to tell you something. I'm Dr. Emily Carter, a urologist specializing in men's health for over 20 years. And here at Inner Vitality, I've seen the same story hundreds of times. Men over 60 who think their nightly bathroom trips, weak stream, or discomfort just come with age. But that's not the full truth. Yes, your body changes as you get older, but your prostate symptoms aren't a life sentence. They're signals that your body needs a reset. And the good news? You can do that naturally without more pills or painful procedures. Your prostate is a small gland, about the size of a walnut, sitting just below your bladder. It wraps around the urethra, the tube that carries urine out through the penis. When that gland becomes swollen or enlarged, it squeezes that tube like a hand tightening around a hose. Suddenly, the stream weakens. Your bladder has to push harder, and before long, you're waking up at 2 a.m., 4 a.m., maybe again at 5. Most men accept it as inevitable, but research now shows that your prostate's health depends far more on your daily habits than on your age. Inflammation, circulation, and hormone balance all play a role, and each one can be improved naturally with the right lifestyle choices. That's what we'll talk about today. I'll walk you through 3 simple daily habits that can help protect your prostate, improve urinary flow, and even support your sexual performance. No supplements, no complicated routines, just small shifts that make a real difference. And trust me, the third one will surprise you. So if you're tired of sleepless nights, bathroom urgency, or the quiet frustration that something down there isn't working like it used to, stay with me. Let's start changing that today. Let's start with something that sounds almost too simple to matter: water. You've heard it all your life. Drink more water, stay hydrated. But for men over 50, especially those dealing with prostate or urinary issues, it's not just how much you drink. It's when you drink it that truly makes the difference. I call this approach smart hydration. Here's why timing matters. When you go for long stretches without water during the day, say busy mornings, long errands, or hours in front of the TV, your urine becomes concentrated. That concentrated fluid is loaded with salts and metabolic waste that irritate both your bladder and prostate. Over time, that irritation leads to inflammation, swelling, and that familiar sensation of urgency or pressure. Then what happens? You finally start drinking more water in the evening or after dinner. By that point, your kidneys are wide awake, flushing everything out, and your bladder keeps calling all night long. That's why so many men find themselves up 2, 3, even 4 times after midnight. But here's the fix. Shift your water intake earlier in the day. Aim to drink about 70 to 80% of your total fluids before 6 p.m. That means starting the morning with a full glass right after you wake up, another mid-morning, 1 before lunch, and 1 or 2 mid-afternoon. After dinner, cut back to small sips if you're thirsty. This single habit helps your body in 2 powerful ways. It keeps the prostate and urinary tract flush during the day, when your body is active, and it gives your bladder a chance to rest at night. Scientific evidence backs this up. Clinical studies have shown that men who follow an early hydration pattern report up to 40% fewer nighttime bathroom trips and better sleep quality overall. And we know how critical deep sleep is for hormone balance, including testosterone production and sexual vitality. Now, let's make it even more effective. Not all water works equally well. If you've ever felt bloated or sluggish after drinking large amounts, it's often because your body isn't absorbing it efficiently. Adding a pinch of unrefined sea salt or a few drops of electrolyte solution to one of your daytime glasses can improve absorption by helping water enter your cells rather than just passing through. This keeps tissues hydrated, including those in your prostate and penis, which depend on healthy microcirculation. And one more small but important tip: avoid gulping large amounts at once. Instead, sip steadily throughout the day. Your bladder is like a muscle. It prefers rhythm over chaos. Steady hydration trains it to empty, calmly rather than reactively. One of my patients, a 68-year-old retired pilot, started following this exact routine. Within 2 weeks, he told me, "For the first time in years, I slept 6 hours straight without getting up once." That's how powerful something this small can be. Remember, smart hydration isn't about restriction, it's about rhythm. The right timing gives your bladder a schedule, not a struggle. So tomorrow morning, before you reach for coffee, grab a tall glass of water first. Your prostate and your sleep will thank you for it. Now that we've covered hydration, let's talk about the next habit, movement. But not the kind that leaves you drenched in sweat or gasping for air. I'm talking about something simple, gentle, and incredibly effective for your prostate, the strategic walk. This habit is straightforward. It's a short, relaxed walk, about 10 to 15 minutes, right after your main meals. It might sound too simple to make a difference, but science tells us otherwise. When you walk right after eating, your body immediately puts that movement to work. The muscles in your legs and hips act like pumps, drawing glucose out of your bloodstream and using it as fuel. As a result, your blood sugar levels stay balanced instead of spiking. Why does that matter for your prostate? Because high blood sugar is one of the hidden triggers of inflammation throughout your body. When your cells are constantly exposed to excess glucose, they produce inflammatory molecules that damage blood vessels and tissues, including those that surround your bladder and prostate. Over time, that irritation creates swelling and pressure in the pelvic region, making urination more difficult and less complete. Now imagine doing something as simple as a slow walk to reverse that process. A study published in Diabetes Care found that just 15 minutes of walking after each meal controlled blood sugar more effectively than a single, longer workout done once a day. That's because post-meal walking doesn't let your body slip into that inflammatory window in the first place. It steadies your metabolism, your circulation, and even your hormones. And here's the part most men overlook. Consistent light movement after meals doesn't just help your prostate. It also supports your testosterone and sexual health. Better circulation means more oxygen and nutrient delivery to the pelvic region. When your pelvic muscles are active and blood vessels stay flexible, you're essentially keeping the foundation of your sexual performance strong. Many men describe it as feeling lighter, more responsive, more alive. To do this correctly, think about rhythm rather than effort. After finishing a meal, wait about 5 minutes, then start walking. You don't need speed. You don't need a treadmill. You just need motion. Breathe slowly, relax your shoulders, and allow your body to digest while you move. A calm stroll around your home, down your street, or even inside a mall if the weather is bad. It all counts. One of my patients, a 63-year-old accountant, told me that he and his wife began taking short walks after dinner every night. Within a few weeks, his nighttime trips to the bathroom dropped from 3 to 1, and he said something unexpected. "I feel more energy and even my intimacy feels easier." That's no coincidence. When circulation improves, everything improves. Movement is medicine. And this habit, just 10 quiet minutes after a meal, can be one of the simplest yet most powerful ways to calm inflammation, improve blood flow, and give your prostate the relief it's been asking for. Now we've come to the third habit, and it's probably the one most men never hear about, even though it's one of the most natural and effective ways to protect your prostate. I call it natural prostate cleansing. And yes, we're talking about something that should never be taboo, regular ejaculation. Let's talk about this openly and professionally. For decades, medical research has shown that ejaculation isn't just about pleasure. It's an important function for male health, especially after 50. A landmark study from Harvard University followed more than 30,000 men over nearly 20 years. The results were remarkable. Men who ejaculated around 21 times a month had up to a 33% lower risk of developing prostate cancer compared to those who did it less frequently. Now, 21 times a month might sound like a lot. But remember, this includes both partnered sex and masturbation. The key is not how it happens, it's that it happens regularly. Ejaculation helps your prostate do what it was designed to do: release and refresh. Think of it as an internal cleansing cycle. Each release flushes out old secretions, dead cells, and potential toxins that could otherwise build up inside the gland and cause irritation or inflammation over time. From a biological perspective, this process also improves local circulation. During arousal and ejaculation, blood flow to the pelvic area increases dramatically, bringing oxygen and nutrients that nourish the prostate tissue. It's like a brief but powerful workout for your gland, one that keeps it flexible and responsive. And here's something many men don't realize. The same nerve networks that control ejaculation also support urinary and erectile function. When those pathways stay active and healthy, it becomes easier to maintain both a steady urine stream and stronger erections. In other words, what's good for your prostate is also good for your sexual performance. Unfortunately, many older men avoid this topic completely. Some because of embarrassment, others because they assume it's unnecessary at their age. But the truth is, this is a vital part of maintaining male health. There is nothing shameful or juvenile about it. It's a biological process that supports hormonal balance, stress relief, and tissue renewal. Of course, it's important to listen to your body. If you ever feel pain, discomfort, or changes in function, talk to your doctor. That's what we're here for. But for the majority of healthy men, keeping this natural rhythm alive is one of the simplest, safest, and most scientifically supported ways to care for the prostate. So whether you're single or in a relationship, don't let silence stand in the way of your health. This is your body, your well-being, and your right to feel strong, capable, and connected. Because maintaining your prostate isn't just about avoiding problems. It's about staying vibrant, confident, and sexually alive at every age. So let's recap what we've learned today. 3 simple daily habits that can completely change how your prostate behaves: smart hydration, the strategic walk, and natural prostate cleansing. When you drink most of your water earlier in the day, you give your bladder and prostate time to rest at night. When you take short walks after meals, you lower inflammation, boost circulation, and support hormone balance. And when you maintain regular release, you help your prostate stay clean, flexible, and well-nourished. Exactly as nature designed. These are small choices, but together, they make a big difference. I've seen men in their 60s and 70s go from restless nights and constant urgency to sleeping peacefully again within just a few weeks of practicing these steps. You don't need drastic treatments. You just need consistency and awareness. But remember, none of this replaces your annual checkup. If you're over 60, your PSA test and prostate exam are still essential. Prevention is powerful, and the earlier you catch an issue, the easier it is to treat. So here's my challenge for you. Try these habits for the next 30 days. Notice how your sleep, your flow, and even your confidence begin to change. Then come back and share your experience. Your story could encourage another man to take that same step toward better health. If this video helped you, please like it, subscribe to Inner Vitality, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. A brother, a friend, or your father. You never know how much of a difference that simple act can make. And remember this, caring for your prostate isn't just about avoiding discomfort. It's about preserving your energy, your confidence, and your quality of life. I'm Dr. Emily Carter, and this is Inner Vitality. Take care of yourself, and never forget, your health and vitality are still in your hands.